Now you will listen the special update in English.
In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 4 more Kashmiri youth in Baramulla today, raising the toll to 7 in a week in the district. The youth were killed by the troops during a violent coordinated search operation in Uri area of the district. Meanwhile, forceful anti-India protest demonstrations were held in Trar area, Pulwama, against the perpetration of heinous crimes by Indian troops during house raids in the area last evening. People flouting restrictions came out of their homes and raised "Go India, Go Big" slogans. They said that the troops barged into the houses, ruthlessly beat up inmates, including the family of a martyred man, assaulted his daughter and ransacked household goods. The injured girl was admitted to a local hospital. The troops arrested 3 people during raids in Pulwama and Srinagar areas. Jammu Kashmir Awami Action Committee, at a meeting in Srinagar today, expressed serious concern over the increasing oppression and violation of human rights by Indian occupation forces. The participants of the meeting strongly condemned the continued house arrest of party head Mirwais Umar Farooq. People's Democratic Party also held a protest demonstration in Srinagar against the harassment and the ongoing arrest spree in the territory. PDP workers, led by Ghulam Nabi Lone, carrying placards reading "Stop Harassment," assembled outside party headquarters in Srinagar and conducted a march towards Lal Chowk. Police, however, thwarted the protesters from proceeding towards Lal Chowk. The All Party Hurriyat Conference spokesman, in a statement in Srinagar, expressed anguish over the plight of illegally detained Kashmiris and said that the New Delhi was deliberately creating surrender or die conditions for the Kashmiri political prisoners languishing in jails of India and the occupied territory. He said the inmates are kept in jails beyond capacity, while lack of proper food and medical facilities, unhygienic conditions, noise pollution, and improper accommodation are badly affecting their health. National Conference President Farooq Abdullah, talking to media persons in Srinagar today, said that every political party in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is united for restoration of Article 370 and 35A. Stephen Dujarric, spokesperson of United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, at the daily press briefing in New York said the United Nations always remains hopeful that dialogue between India and Pakistan can happen, maybe in a place that is not under the spotlights. He said this in reference to the heated exchanges between the two countries at the UN after Prime Minister Imran Khan raised the Kashmir issue in his address to the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly on Friday. The Washington-based think tank Pew Research Center, in its fresh finding, has punctured Modi regime's shining India claims by saying that 60% of nearly 1.3 billion Indians live on less than $3.10 a day. The think tank asked how India can claim to be shining when the number of people with incomes of just $2 or less a day is estimated to have increased by 75 millions. Meanwhile, in India, members of Hindu extremist organization Vishwa Hindu Parishad have threatened to demolish churches in Madhya Pradesh state. A bishop, in a letter to Indian President Ramnath Kovind, sought his urgent intervention to ensure the safety and security of Christians in the state.